Welcome back to another episode of the free VST Plugins Detective, where I review, test out, and demonstrate various free VSTs. For today, we are looking at the New York L 1926 Lite. This is a free piano plugin. I'm going to rate this one a 4 out of 5. The biggest thing about this one, among these different settings here, which I'm going to get into, is the sound quality, right? Now, quickly, to explain this plugin, you can see here, this is on the site, that the New York L 1926 Lite, built in 1926 in New York, this piano has been kept in pristine condition. The ivories, hammers, strings, and soundboard are all original. This piano lived through the Great Depression, World War II, and the filming of the movie Cats. It produces a resonant, growly tone that only age and a bit of dust can accomplish. So to play it, right, now you will notice a few different things I'm going to get into. First off, it does have some with automatic panning. I know a lot of plugins do this. I'm going to be honest, I don't like it when plugins do this. I kind of get it, but at the same time, it's more frustrating. So if you look here, right, if I do this, or if you listen with headphones, you're going to notice a lot on the right, and then as you go down in pitch, more on the left now, right? So what they do is they try to kind of like pan it in such a way. I can put it in mono, like so. But I like the stereo width. It's kind of frustrating because I don't like it when the higher up I go, moves more here. And then, I get it for stereo width purposes. But now the main macro settings, you have output, width, tone, and reverb. The main big three are width, tone, and reverb. So show you the different presets they have. Right? And what's kind of cool is here you have a different, an explanation bar. So I go to reverb. Tone is you just the brightness. This I'd be careful with because let me turn this off. Right? And then stereo width, right? So more mono. Let me do this. More stereo. Right? Then we have full dry. I'm going to be honest, I think this is how I would personally use this plugin. The reverb, I would just use the stock reverb in Ableton, and I can adjust it way more depth than just one knob. Even the tone, I might just do some EQing or some saturation, or another plugin would actually be a good one for this, is, do I have it under extra, or is it under main? I'm trying to remember. I think I have it under main. Is the La Petite Excite. This would be a good one as like an exciter, and I could just boost the high end, and maybe some CV to compress a little bit. So right. I like this more of as a brightness tool, so to speak, than just using one knob, right? But full dry probably the main preset. Light on resources. This one, very similar to the last one, but there's a hint of some wetness in terms of the reverb. That one I might use actually as well, because it's very subtle. Mono. I could use this one and add an ozone imager and then sterilize it like so. And add in the width. But I like mode 1 on this. So I could use that, but I think I like the width algorithm in this a little better, but I just don't like the panning aspect. I could always adjust it, I guess, in post subtly, and then super resonant. I do have some stuff here. This I really wouldn't touch unless you're going for a very specific purpose. Then they have some stuff here. You can see I have some MIDI values here, so I can do... This is more of velocity stuff, in my opinion. Right, so I can adjust that here, and then I believe I can X this out like so. I can adjust a couple other things here, right? So you can see the microphones like so. If I just want to do something here. It's kind of cool, so I can almost adjust where I want the microphone position to be, right? And then I have some dynamics. It's this side. And I am using my computer keyboard, so you're not going to notice this as much. But again, for some velocity, some resonance, right? And then the gain. And then, as you can see, some like just kind of like global stuff, right? But I'm not gonna lie, like when it comes to a plugin like this, if I'm for a lot of piano plugins, yeah, there are some settings I can adjust and everything, but to me it comes down to sound quality. Great sound quality for piano, which I'm gonna give the 4 out of 5.